to give you the haul video of all the awesome stuff that I received from the convention that I went to, the RT Book Lovers Convention. So the first thing I want to show you are the books that I actually bought this weekend. There was a giant book fair on Saturday with like over 500 authors, and I also got to meet the awesome Lindsay from Lindsay Ray and Shannon from Leaning Lights at the book fair, and so I will link their channels below. If you have not checked out their channels, you should. They are awesome ladies, and I really enjoyed getting to meeting them. I enjoyed getting to meet them and walk around the book fair, and I have to say it was nice to have someone to talk to while we waited in line, and it was just awesome, and it was great to get to meet them. They're awesome. So the books that I actually bought at the book fair, the first one I was waiting with Lindsay. She was waiting for, I'm not sure which author she was waiting for, but a couple authors down was Scott Westerfeld, who wrote the Uglies series, and I've been wanting to pick up his new book, so I did, and that is Afterworld by Scott Westerfeld, and he signed it for me as well. And so there's his signature, and he wrote, "Hope you enjoy." Then the next book that I picked up, a couple authors down from Scott Westerfeld, I saw a girl that I used to work with at Target when I worked there a year and a half ago. She worked there when I first started, like 6 years ago, and I knew in my mind that she had wrote a book, and I knew that she had changed her name, but I couldn't remember what her name was. And then come to find out she's actually a pretty well-known author, and I didn't know. And so I picked up one of her books, the first book in one of her series, and that is All Lined Up by Cora Carmack. It was really fun getting to chat with her, and it was a lot of fun. We held up the line, Lindsay and I, for probably about 10 minutes as we talked to her, so it was pretty fun. And then I also had Tamara Alexander signed one of my favorite books, and I had it in my giant pile. I just don't know where it went. So the book that I had her sign was Beyond This Moment. It's the second book in her Timber Ridge Reflection series. It's my favorite book that I've read of hers. So it was really exciting to get to see her again, and she remembered me again. It was so fun, and it was just awesome. So those are the books that I picked up at the convention. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the book fair. So moving along to the things that were not book related that I got, they had a room where like publishers and authors had set up like tables for all their stuff, and then they had pens and buttons and little things that you could just grab. And so I picked up a few pens, and then I got some buttons, some fun little buttons, a button that promotes a book, the None of the Above. I don't know who the author is, I'm sorry. This one's got Spice, and this one is Give Me Some Sugar. They're just really fun. They were in a collection of other things that I picked up. And then I got this really cool bookmark. It has a little teapot. I just really love it. I thought that's really cool, and it has this little charm, and it's a bookmark, and you can't ever have too many bookmarks. And then just a luggage tag and a gift card. It's like a homemade gift card. It's really nice. It's cute, and it promotes someone's book, the Julie Rose Deadly Strain. I don't know anything about that, but I just really liked the gift card, or the thank you card. And then I went to, it was called the Shooting Stars Gala, and you walk in and there's all the tables are set up differently, and there is a romance author at each table, and each author has set up the table with like little goodies at each placing. And so I sat down at Dolores Fossen's table. This is her book, Maverick Sheriff. It's from the Men in Uniform series. I don't know anything about this author, anything about this book, so I don't know. So I got the book, and she signed it, and along with her book, I got a little bag which just says her name on it, and I like that it's purple. That's really fun. And then in each setting, each person, because it was a gala, so we had champagne, and then each person had this really cute little bottle of wine. And I mean, how cute is that? Like, that's just awesome. And someone didn't want their bottle of wine, so I took two, because, I mean, come on, it's free wine, and I really love wine. And then each person also got a chocolate bar, and mine is Pure Dark Chocolate Truffle Bar. Okay, and then the last like non-book thing that I got, except for the bags, which I'll show you in a second. At the table, each author had a big thing that they gave away to someone at their table, and I won. And so first of all, I got this really cute little bucket here, and in the bucket, oh, there's a little cute little charm. That's really cute, I just noticed that. And then in the bucket, it was this really nice pen. It's from the Celtic Lands collection. And then the author had just gotten back from Scotland, so she had picked up these earrings. And so she put those in her little giveaway, and I thought those were really pretty, and I really do love earrings. And then there were some other $5 gift cards to Amazon. And also along with all the stuff, everyone also got this really cute hat necklace. And then walking into the Star Gala, we got a bag. So this is the bag that I got. It just says Entangled Publishing Company. It's just a basic black bag, and we had candy and stuff in it. And then I got this book by Tanya Cupper. It's called Anomaly, and the back little blurb, it says, reality is only an illusion, except for those who can control it. So that is the free book that I got in my little bag there. And then I went to a line dancing with Literary Stars, and you walk in and you can sign up for a raffle, and they gave away a few things, and I won one along with 5 books that I actually gave away or traded. I got this really awesome bag. It says, I'd rather be line dancing with Literary Stars, and then on the back it says books plus music equals Nirvana, and it's a really nice bag. The straps are really sturdy, and it's really nice, so I'm very excited about this bag. It's one of the nicer bags that I picked up. And then the last bag that I got was from a little breakfast that I went to, and when you walked in, everyone got this bag that says, how sweet it is, y'all, and in it were 4 different books, which I'll talk about in a little bit. So those are the bags I received, and I just loved they gave us bags because it was just nice to have something to carry your stuff in that you got. So the first thing that I went to that I received some free books was a chocolate celebration where there's chocolate and coffee, and there was probably about 12 to 15 different authors there, and at each table they had a book that you could take. And so I took a book from almost every table. I didn't take a book from everyone, but most of them I did. And so I'm going to tell you about all the books that I picked up. I'm not going to give a whole lot of description about them because there are a lot. So the first book is After a Fashion by Jen Turano. Hi Bandit. Oh, I scared Bandit. Oh look, it's Bandit. He's really cute now. I mean, he was always cute, but he's really fluffy. Really fluffy. And he's climbing all over my stuff. Okay, so the next book is A Most Inconvenient Marriage by Regina Jennings. And this one just sounds just hysterical, and it is about this girl, Abigail, and this guy, Jeremiah. And Abigail marries this patient, and he ends up dying and leaving her his land. And so she goes and moves on this land, and then the real Jeremiah shows up and is like, what are you doing on my land? And then the next book is From the Start by Melissa Tagg. I bet they fall in love, or some kind of love happens, because these are, romantic novels. Okay, then the next one is by Irene Hannon, and it's called Buried Secrets. This is a suspenseful romance crime novel, and so I am really looking forward to this. The back says, they both wanted quieter, safer lives, but crime never sleeps, and killers keep killing. Dun, dun, dun. So that is Buried Secrets by Irene Hannon. Okay, the next book I picked up at this event was Playing by Heart by Ann Mater. The next one is Where Rivers Part by Kelly Coates Gilbert, and this one is about, I'll just read this last part. Like a mighty river with twists and turns and hidden rocks, this engrossing story will sweep you relentlessly along as it explores the seduction of success, the fear of giving up control, and the redemptive power of learning to forgive. Okay, and then the next one is A Love Like, smack myself in the read A Love Like Ours by Becky Wade, and this is actually a third book in a series, but we also got at this particular breakout thing, we got a coupon for 11 free ebooks, and this is one of the ebooks that we got. And this is not the one we got. We got the first book in the series, so I only have to get the second one. And I'm really looking forward to this one. I just love the color. I think it's cute and fun. And then the next book, I wish I actually wouldn't have picked this one up only because it's book 5 in a series, and that is Sabotaged by Dani Petre. And I did get the first book in the series with the ebooks that I got for free, and so I'll read it, and if I really like the first book, then I will get the second book, and then we'll see. So that is Sabotage by Dani Petre. If you have read it's from the Alaskan Courage series. If you've read this series, please let me know if it's good, and then that way I can read it. Or if you really liked it but you need the 5th book, then let me know and maybe I'll just give it to you. So, okay, the next book is A Worthy Pursuit by Karen Whitmire, and this book is about a teacher on the run, a bounty hunter in pursuit. Can two enemies learn to trust each other before they both lose what they hold most dear? So that is that book. I don't like the cover. I think it's a really cheesy cover. I just don't like the look on her face. I don't like that the top of her head is cut off. I think that's just really annoying. And then his head is like, you can't even see him. And I think it would have been cuter if it would have been like from just her, like, because it's mostly just his. I just don't like the cover, and it just makes me feel like this book is going to be really cheesy. And then the back is like even just as cheesy, and I'm going to try not to judge a book by its cover, but I will admit, I'm a big person that I do pick up books because of their covers, so don't know how I picked this one up. Anyway, that is A Worthy Pursuit by Karen Whitmire. And then the last book, this is the first book I picked up, and it was when I met Tamara Alexander, and that is From a Distance, the first book in the Timber Ridge Chronicles and Reflections, Timber Ridge Reflections, and I already have this book, so watch out for another video and you'll see what I'm going to do with this book. Okay, and then later in that day I went to another thing, and you got 2 tickets to get 2 books from the place, and so I looked around and I looked for books that weren't didn't have really risque covers, which it's one of those I can't read a book with a cover that I can't read in public. I just can't. I just can't do it. So I picked out 2. One is a war book that I don't read war books, but I'm going to anyway. I just, I love trying new things, and that is Born of War by Anderson Harp. It is about global terrorism. So it sounds interesting, and if I don't like it, then I can give it to my dad or my father-in-law, because they love these kind of books. So that is Born of War by Anderson Harp. And then the second book that I got is The Alchemist's Daughter by Mary Lawrence. So those are the books I got on the first day, the books from the first event and the second event. And then the second day, I went to a breakfast that had 15 women authors, and they walked around and sat down with us and chatted with us, and Tamara Alexander was there again, and she remembered me, and that was fantastic. It was so cool, and I got to talk to her a little bit longer, and she was just awesome, and I got to meet a couple other authors. And in my bag, that I said I got this bag here and had 4 books. And in my bag, and that is Tamara Alexander's new book, To Win Her Favor. It is the second book in the Belle Meade Plantation novel. These are books that are standalone books more so than the Timber Ridge Chronicles and Timber Ridge Reflections and the Fountain Creek Chronicles, and I'm looking forward to reading it. I've started it. I'm not very far, but I have started it. I put it down when I realized I really do need to finish my May TBR, and I will read this in June. So I'm really excited about reading this book. And then The Story Keeper by Lisa Wingate. And the next book that was in my bag is an ARC. And so this book is not out yet, so I am definitely going to be reading this soon so I can give you a review of it. So when it comes out, which is July 14th, 2015, and that is Center of Gravity by Laura McNeil. And then the next book that was in my bag, I'm really excited because, okay, I really love romance novels, as you can, I wouldn't have gone to a convention if I didn't love romance. But I just also love books about royalty, and this is How to Catch a Prince by Rachel Hawke, the Royal Wedding series. And let's see, an American heiress and a crown prince seem destined to be together. Will the devastation of war keep them apart forever? So, and I really just love the cover. I think it's so pretty and so fun and cute, and it's just really cute. So if you've read the Royal Wedding series, let me know if I do need to read the first 2 books before I read this one. So that is How to Catch a Prince by Rachel Hawke. And then one of the books that I picked up that was on the table was Bridge to Haven by Francine Rivers. This is one of her new books, and I don't know anything about this book, but I really do like Francine Rivers books. And then the last book that I picked up because someone had gotten 2 somehow, and that is another book. I'm taking myself out by my books. Lizzie and Jane, a novel by Catherine Ray, Ray. I don't know what it's about. So, but everyone was raving about this book, so I think it's going to be cute and fun. And those are the books that I got at the breakfast that I went to. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay. And then they have this book swap room, and so if you could go in, swap new books if you swap 2 books out, you could take 2 books from that. And so, as I said before, I gotten these 5 books I won these 5 books that I just blushed by the cover, and so I gave 2 of them away from a couple of the girls that I had been walking around with all day. And then I went to the book swap room and traded out these 3 books for 3 different books, and 2 of them are actually other books that I saw from the breakfast that I went to earlier that morning. The first one was Spring Brides. This is a story of 3 novellas. And then the next one is Married Till Monday by Denise Hunter. These 2 were married and they ended up getting divorced, but she hasn't told her parents yet, and her parents are having this big celebration or something, and they call her for her ex-husband, and so he shows up and says, hey, I'll come with you. And so they decide to say they're married for the weekend, and I'm sure I know what's going to happen, but we'll see what happens. And so that is Married Till Monday by Denise Hunter. Okay, and then the last book that I swapped was Until We Meet Again by Renee Collins, and this book is about this girl who is on vacation with her family at their summer beach house, and she meets this guy who claims he's from 1925. So yeah, it just sounded really interesting, and just another just a different aspect to a romance novel. So that is Until We Meet Again by Renee Collins. Okay, guys, I have 3 more books. Okay, and then the last thing that I went to was the Avon and Harper Teens Gala, and so I got to meet a couple of my favorite authors there, and I first met Kira Cass, and I got a copy of The One and had her sign it, and I already have this book, so again, stay tuned for the reason why I picked up a book that I already have. Okay, and then the next book that I picked up was Meg Cabot was there, and so I went and met her, and I took a selfie with her, which I already said in one of my videos, and I got the first book in the Princess Diary series. And then the last book that I picked up was, I saw this on several people's booktube channels. I can't remember who, but I absolutely fell in love with the cover, and so I saw this cover and I was like, I have to have that book, and that is A Thousand Places of You by Claudia Gray. And this is about this girl who, her family has invented this thing called the Firebird that can go through, that can fly through dimensions, and her father is murdered, and the suspect of his murder flees into a different dimension, and so it's about the daughter chasing him throughout dimensions, and it just sounds fantastic. And this is the first in a series, and I got the bookmark, and there's a picture of the new cover, and it just looks fantastic, just as beautiful as the second one. Like, I have to say, this is one of my all-time favorite covers. It is just absolutely beautiful. Like, the colors are amazing, fantastic, way to go, whoever designed this book cover. Okay, Guys, that is the end to my mega long haul. I'm really sorry that it was so long. Thank you if you made it to the end. I appreciate it. And if you've read any of these books, please let me know down below which ones you think I should start first. And if you've read any of the ones that are part of a series, let me know if they're worth reading. And as always, guys, I hope you're having a great month of reading, and I will see you on the flip side.